Welcome to Yeshiva Daf Shir Sponsor Lui Nishmas. I'm Yaakov Shalom Now Basitzchok. We're in Basra Daf Kufrun Dalet. We're starting in the two dots that have Kufrun Gimel with base in the bottom. The Gemara says, we had in the Mishnah that if you have an argument between a person who gave a gift and the receiver of the gift, if was he a shchimera or was he a bari? The one who gives the gift says, I was a shchimera, so I can be chayzubi. And the one who is receiving the gift, he says, no, you were a bari, you can't change your mind. So says the Gemara, the Rebbeinu hold, says the Gemara, what could be the raya? Which raya are you talking about? What does it mean? The Gemara explains. What is the machlekes of Yaakov Rav Nosson? Now we're doing the previous daf. The machlekes of Yaakov Rav Nosson in the simple terms, and obviously the Shmaitzer goes to Shev Shmaitzer in the Sefer goes to feeling it, which is what's the machlekes? Do you go based on chazaka de mikar or chazaka de hashta? That's the simple understanding. Obviously, there's more to it. What does it mean chazaka de? According to Shaila, is a person is right now considered to be a bari. You assume he was a bari when he wrote the shtar. If it's right now a shchimera, you assume he was a shchimera when he wrote the shtar. That's the shita of Rav Nosson. Rosh Hashanah, chazaka de hashta. Based on what he is right now, I assume that goes backwards. The other Mandarma holds, Rav Yaakov holds, no, you have chazaka de mikar. I'm assuming whatever person retains his original chazaka. So says the Gemara now, this is the machlokes over here. What you have to bring a rayo is that you have to bring a rayo that what is the he right now? So if he says if he's right now he's a bari, he has to bring a rayo differently than what he is right now. I'm going to assume that whatever he is right now, that's what he was before, unless he brings Eidim to prove otherwise. So that is what raya b'Eidim means. You have to bring Eidim against what you're saying right now. And that's a machlokes. Machlokes Rabbanon and Rameir in the Mishnah. Do you have to say Amoitzu Chavila of raya or not? Do you have to bring raya b'Eidim? Rameir Rav Nosson, meaning that you go based on now, and therefore you say whatever you're now, that's who you're before. But on Rav Yaakov, you don't go based on where you are right now, and if you want to go based, you want to change your original chazaka, you have to bring Eidim. That is the first way to understand it. This is really concluding yesterday's daf. Because yesterday's daf we saw the machlekes or Rav Nosson Yaakov. The Gemara says that's the machlekes of our Mishnah as well. Continue now. The Gemara says now the ma'alach, which this will be the method. This will be the ma'alach of this daf. The raya is they have to bring a kiyum shtar. Once you're mekayim the shtar, in other words, hamoitzu of raya is you have to be mekayim the shtar in this other way. Because if you don't have kiyum shtar, so how do you know the shtar is okay? Because the giver says, I wrote it. Once you say I write it, so if I'm telling you I wrote it, but I was a shchimera, I wrote it and I can change my mind. So then, I'm the one who told you that's a good shtar. So believe me that I can change my mind. As much as you believe me till the end. The other Mandarma says no. Once I gave the shtar the chayzik, the strength of a shtar, I can't come and deny it. So let's see the Gemara inside. So the Gemara in kamif the give moedim shtar shekos so tzorch lekayim. Once you admit the shtar is a good shtar, I can't go against it. If I'm the one who says the shtar is a good shtar, so you have to believe me that I'm telling you that there's limitations to the koyach of the shtar. Because and that's the machlokes. Right? In other words, once I tell you the shtar is a good shtar, is that good enough to make it strong enough? This we brought down in the Achreinim already discussed this. What's the svara when the shtar shekos for tzorch l'kayim? Ain't tzorch l'kayim. A person comes and says, I hold this shtar as a good shtar. I'm telling you, I wrote the shtar. But you should know that when I wrote it, I had a problem. So you say, I don't believe you. Why not? Why not? So here comes the idea, the concept that's really brought down the Achreinim, that a shtar, once a shtar is a shtar, the shtar is the koyach, as a chayzik, that you cannot come and deny a shtar. Why? Because a shtar is a din de rabbanon. That's what Achronim learned it. The rabbanon gave the power of a shtar that once the shtar is written is edim chasumim al shtar kimin shenechker edusam bebezdin. It's as if everything was already verified, even though I don't know, maybe it wasn't verified. But I assume once you have a shtar, that was verified. And this goes back to a big yisoy that brought down in the Maharal. Maharal says it's really a radak, says it before, that what is the lashon of shtar? Shtar? Shtar is lashon shoiter. Shoiftim v'shoitrim titlachem chol sharecha. Shoiter. What is shoiter? Shoiter is a policeman. What does a policeman do? He executes. He enforces the din. I'm not debating. When a policeman comes and knocks on the door and says, I need to evict somebody, the guy says, 1 second, I have a taina. Nothing to do with me. The taina is a good base. I'm the one who really does the mice. The shtar, when you have a shtar, the shtar means that already everything that was supposed to be done is already done. There's no more discussions. You can't come and claim any claims afterwards. That's the concept of the koyach hashtar. The koyach hashtar is the ability that something is already done. But say, so the Gemara says that's the machlokes over in our Mishnah. What's the machlokes? He's moide that he wrote the shtar. Can he come and limit it and say, yeah, I wrote the shtar. That was a shchibra. Can I do that or not? So that's the machlokes. Can you do that or not? Says the Gemara, they're ready to argue in this machlokes. Tanyo einim one lefoislo divrei Rabbi Meir. Talking about the sugi that we had in Ksuvis. There comes eidim and say we signed on the shtar, but anusiveinu. We were forced. We were standing. We're not good eidim. Can I come and take away the eidim that I said?
But you have two people talk about the shtar, and then you have the shchibah who tells you that I wrote the shtar. But then you have two eidim, and here you have one person.
Oh, very good. So the Gemara is going to bring that spot. Let's see it in a moment. Very good. The Gemara is going to say maybe you're going to differentiate between two eidim and the shchibah himself. That's the Gemara is going to bring the story. Let's see. So Gemara says what's going to read the machlekes. The Tanyo, eidim one the first can eidim come and deny the shtar that they did. The Gemara says they can't. Tiber Amir. Once they have a shtar, you can't come and deny it, even though I'm the one saying the shtar is a shtar. Because once you have a shtar, you can't take it away. You say his name on. So why you have to have both machlekes? Says I'll tell you why. Tzricho. That's your sword. Right? That's the sword. The eidim have the koyach to come and take away the shtar. But he cannot take away the koyach of the shtar. Here is where a mayor said you can change it. But here, maybe he's going to Rabbanon. So what tzricha? In other words, the stats law. Do I say that two eidim and the shchibah himself are the same thing? Do I say if I'm the one who made the shtar into a shtar, so believe me if I limit it? You say no, eidim have the correct to do that. Maybe an individual is not have the correct to do it. That's exactly the reason why you need to have the machlokes in both places. Rabba also said that the rayo is be'edim, meaning going back to the first explanation, that the rayo is you have to say a rayo against what your current status is. Remember, what's the case of our Mishnah? That usually you write on the shtar that he was either a bari or a shchibah. And here the lashon is not so clear. Why the lashon is not so clear? So usually on a bari it says he was walking around the marketplace and he told us to write a shtar. And here it doesn't say it. The fact it doesn't say that he was healthy walking on his feet, that tells you he was a shchimira. Usually they say when he was sick in bed, and here it doesn't say that he was sick in bed. So in other words, the lashon it's a very, very unclear lashon. It doesn't say clearly that he was a shchimira. It doesn't say clearly he was a bar. Says the Gemara, because I don't know what he said, so I go based the chazaka. And you want to come and take it away? To bring Eidim. That's what he says, you go based on Eidim. This one understands you're going based on Eidim. Says the Gemara, the same discussion over here in our Mishnah, the machlokes, Tabir Omar Raya Be'edim, meaning you have to bring Eidim against the chazaka. The discussion on our Mishnah is a raya b'kiyum a shtar, meaning once he said the shtar is a good shtar, do you have to be mekayim and otherwise if he limits it? Says a good star, but I was a shchimra. If you want to deny me, bring your own kiyum. Says why it's Rabbi Yochanan Shimon Lakish. Rabbi Yochanan asked Shimon Lakish to what? He said that the discussion is regarding kiyum star. Ma'aseh b'bnei Brak. Derechal etzanos. Rashbam says over here, what's b'nei Brak? He says Mokur. Mokur. And we have a Halam in here, Bnei Brak is not a Mokur. It is a Mokur. Shino, Bnei Brak is a Mokur. Shino. The Rashbam tells us a Chiddush. The Chiddush Ram says, Bnei Brak is a Mokur. Shino. Yeah. Oh. So he said, "This is Rabbi Shimon Lakish, Ma'aser Bnei Brak." Huh?
You might think it's the Bnei Brak.
Yeah. 100%. So Ma'aser Bnei Brak was a place. Yeah, it's Ma'aser Bnei Brak. There's a place in Bnei Brak. There was the place called Bnei Brak. There's a story over there. Someone went and sold the nechosim of his father, and died. Right? Right? The guy who sold. Meaning so who sold? The selling over here is a child, as we'll see, and we're not so sure if he reached the age of selling. Is he 20 years old? As we'll see, Be'ez Hashem tomorrow soon. The discussion: what age can a child sell than the chosem of his father? It has to be 20 years old. We're not sure if he was 20 years old or not. We'll see the discussion of it. So Ma'aser Bnei Brak, Echad Shemok B'Nichsei Ovi V'Meis. He said he wasn't an adult, he was a katan, he could sell. Katan means under the age of 20. So now he is dead. The shaila is, can they go and check the body? You know, over here is cover the base. Can they go and check the body to check if he's adult or not? Check the simon?
20?
No, so because if you use a service, you don't see it until age of 20. I think we're going to discuss it in the next daf. Right? But what the Rashban says over here, and they want to check if he was a gadol, they made you 20 years old. He's like, no, the discussion wasn't how old he was. The question was he a gadol or a service? Right? So he said, let's go check it out. You cannot go and make an evil. You can't do it. You have covered the mess. Another point, could be that after that something changed. And maybe he had simonim, and now you'll find out there's no simonim. No raya, you can't really check after death. Right? So the discussion over here is the kid was an adult or not an adult. So to go and have come down on the base. The discussion is that we have a moitzu chavel of a raya. We have to bring eidim against a chazaka. Kivan de omer lelekuchos haisu eidim v'lo yashkechu. Tells the lekuchos bring eidim. Meaning you wanted to say that maybe the lekuchos say we bought a legitimate field. They say okay, you say you bought a legitimate field. Bring a raya. Bring a raya that you bought it legitimately. So now I understand the company is saying, okay, we couldn't find Eidim. Well, let's check him out right now. Let's open the body, check it out. According to you, that I don't have to have a raya against chazaka. All I need to have is a good star. Once I have a good star, I assume that belongs to him, right? That's the whole discussion. How do you explain our Mishnah? Is our Mishnah saying you have to be a good raya that the chazaka belongs to you? But I have to be a raya that the star is mikuyum, and that's it. So all you need to have a star mikuyum, just be kind of the star. Says the Gemara, misobas. Okay, so that's a question. According to you, that all you need. You don't need a raya for the thing. Only pure star, just be kind of the star. Says the Gemara, misobas nichsei becheskes nemishocha kaimen. You think you understood that who's holding on to the nechasim? The family. The kahasu, the kuchos, ume'arire, and they come in the kuchos and say, 1 second, we want it. This is when that's not the case. Nichsei becheskas the kuchos kaimen. The nechasim are in the hands of the buyers. The kahasu mishpacha, they come me'arire, and the mishpacha are coming to be married. So you can't come and say chazaka. Because other rabbi, in other words, the chazaka here, we know it came to the kuchos shalakedin. Right? You can't. So you can't say kiyum shtar. have to be exact. You can't get, what's a kiyum shtar? If a kiyum shtar says the shtar is good, say, I know the shtar is good. I'm not arguing the kiyum shtar. I'm just saying the kiyum, he was too young. He couldn't sell it. He wasn't an adult to sell it. So the kiyum shtar won't help me. I'm not usually the kuchois. I want to say the kind of the shtar that will be giving me the nechos. But here I'm doing the opposite. I want to say that the shtar is not good. So there's no kiyum shtar. That's why I didn't say it. So he says the story that's it makes more sense. Why? What did they tell him? What did Rabbi Akiva tell him? He says you're not allowed to make them maneuver. Now you have to cover the mace. When they were quiet. Right? Right, okay, there was two ways to understand the story. The first way we understood was that right now the baby Shpacha holding on to the Nechos. Come the Kuchos and say, 1 second, we have a shtar. Have a shtar. Give me the Nechos. The Shpacha says, no. He was underage, he couldn't sell. The shtar is worthless. Says the Gemara, okay, what do you hold? Do you hold that you have to be a good raya? So I understand. Be a good raya. Maybe you tell me I only have to do kiyum shtar. Once I have a shtar mikuyam, I don't have to bring a raya. So just bring a kiyum shtar. So the Gemara, no, the story is the opposite. The one who is holding right now to the chosim is the bnei mishpacha, is the kuchos. They're holding on to it. Comes the mishpacha and say, whoa, what are you guys doing in my chosim? So what are you guys doing? We have a shtar. Says the shtar is not good, so I can't do kiyum shtar. So what I have to bring, I have to bring a right. Now, something. Well, what did Rabbi Akiva tell them? You can't touch the body. Why? Cover the base. And what did they say? They were silent. So Mishtomah, you tell me this story is the second version. The Mishpacha says, I want to check the damage. You can't do it. I understand where they were silent. Maybe you tell me it's the other guys. That's what I was going to say. What do you mean cover the mace? Where's my money? I don't care about cover that mace. Look at those one. Where it says. I understand why they're silent. The Kukus are the ones doing error. Am I shatka? Why are they quiet? I mean, because of cover the mace, I'm going to lose my money? Interesting, right? Interesting approach. No, I don't have to ever be cover the mace, cover Zamishpacha. I have to be more protective of Mishpacha. But if not, why should I do it? Something more Yimushuma lo yiri. More, that's not social time. Why? First of all, it's not proper. Hi, you get a tie? No, 1 second, but it's my money on the line. You know, I'm losing money, so why should I care? I would cover the mace. That's the second time. Really, you can't bring a rifle. Look at the mace. That's why he reinforced it with the second taino, saying it's not only the fact that you don't have a taino, it's also because Simon was so So that was that first part of the Gemara to go to our mission. The movement then goes back to this for another direction. Shara b'Shimon Lakish Rabbi Yechanan. B'Shlakish asked Rabbi Yechanan. Zu sheshnias v'mishnas b'kapro. Harei shaya oichel sode uba b'cheska sheishaloi. Someone is in the Mishnah of Bakapra. Bakapra brought this Mishnah, and there's a person sitting on a field, and he's using the field. He's the owner. So comes somebody and says, "Whoa, this is my field." Says the guy in the field, "You're right. This was your field, but you sold it to me, or you gave it to me as a gift. Here's my shtar." Comes the owner, the original owner, says the shtar. I don't know the shtar. In other words, mezuyaf. The shtar is not a good shtar. So then you have to bring Eidim to say that it's a good to be kaim shtar. Oh, 1 second. Is that good enough? So 1 second. Even a shtar that's signed by Eidim, it may be a bad shtar. Why? It could be a shtar pasim. What's a shtar pasim? Shtar piyusim. Present? Shtar piyusim. What's a shtar piyusim? Shtar piyusim means he wrote a shtar even though he didn't actually mean it. He said, the guy said, I want to look rich. So give me a shtar. I can go around and show everybody. Everybody said, look how much money I have. That's shtar piyusim. Shtar amano, he says, wrote the shtar. And when we'll get, I don't know if we'll do it, but if we'll do it, hold on to it, I will eventually maybe do it, maybe not. So the shtar pasim is that you him or shtar mona shavachatcha v'lo nasat lidom. You need payment. Im yesh eidim. If you have eidim in the shtar, halecha eidim. You go based on the eidim. In other words, you have eidim. You can ask the eidim. Ask them what happened. If not, you follow the shtar. Even though he's coming in tiny tinies, he's saying the shtar pasim shtar. I don't care. I go based on the shtar. Said the word, "Let me. I made the Omar moide b'shtar shekosvo in tzorich lekaymoi v'lo rabbanon." We just learned the machlekes from rabbanon moide b'shtar shekosvo. Someone who admits he wrote a shtar. Does he have to have kiyum or not? L'choro, this will go only according to a man, not according to a rabbanon. The man says once you have a shtar, you can't come and tighten against it. But it says you could. So if I have a shtar, so I could say it's a shtar pass, a shtar mona, unless you have eight and say it otherwise. So now I hold, there's no machlekes, which is different than what we said on Mudalef. In Mudalef we saw machlekes. I hold everybody agrees once you have a shtar you can't go against it. It's the shaiter, it's the police, you can't go against it. So what about Miflek Pligi? What do you mean? It's a fair shemishta. The non anyone who falls to the mayor, a fair shemishta or brisa. Anyone who falls to the mayor, that's what we saw in the Mudalef. That once you have eidim that say we signed it, but we were forced, we were anusim, we were ktanim, whatever the reason is, so you can't carry a bracelet. That's what I'm saying. Money. So clearly it's a machlekes. Why is everybody agrees the way we start shkos it's like I'm. Eidim alimi umari story you call coming. Hey, that was your story before. The Gemara before said as though Pasha they're all the same. Saying we're now here in this Girsa like Gemara, we're going to come in the friendship between eidim and individual. Eidim can change a lot. It's a machlekes. But individual you can't. Once you start shkos it's like once you have a shtar you can't go against it. There's been eidim an individual. Homalei says Rav Shlokish Tav Yechanon. V'alei mishimcha omru yofe iru bnei mishpacha. You remember that you said the mishpacha could be ketayna. He ketayna, right? The mishpacha could come ketayna against it. Right? In other words, even though the mishpacha they agree that he wrote the shtar, but they say it was a katan. In other words, the story that we had before, they can go in, they have a good ear. So the you see over here that there's an ear of Bnei Mishpacha. You said that Yafei ear of Bnei Mishpacha. So he said, Omerlei, interesting conversation. No, I deny. I never said it. I never said that Bnei Mishpacha have an ear because they are able to rely on. You don't say Modush Tashikosvoi. Ain't tzorich l'kayim. And once you have a shtar, you can't go against it. No, you could go against it. However, he said, my Talmud said I never said it. He's going to go against his Rebbe? Rabbi the Rebbe would say clearly, even though you have a shtar, you can still go against it. Formally, Rabbi Yechanan told Rabbi, is Rebbe. That's our Mishnah. Ain't Rayo Elohim Shtar. Right? In other words, our Mishnah says, once you have Kiyum Shtar, you go with the Kiyum Shtar. Right? So 1 second. So this is until now. Rabbi Yechanan is coming and tining. He's discussing with his Rebbe. Says Rabbi Yanai, you said but we said in our Mishnah that once you have Kiyum Shtar, you can't go against it. Question. But you can't deny the fact that there is a mandama that says even though you admit the shtar still doesn't have the power. And you said you said everybody agrees that once you have a shtar you can't go against it. That's not true. Clearly not like that. Says the Gemara, and this is according to Rashbam, the following words is Rabbi Zeira answering. Ram niri divrei Rabbi Yosef. You go to Rabbi Yosef. Toma Rabbi Yosef, Omar Yud, Omar Shmuel, Zu divrei Chachamim. Meaning the opposite of what we said till now. Till now we said the Rameir is the one who says and Rabban is the one who said and now we're saying the opposite. Rabban is the one who says then when Shashkosvoy and Tzurkakaim. And Rameir is the one who says when Shashkosvoy Tzurkakaim. How does that help me? The mice it's machlokes. So the Gemara, my divrei kol, the Rabbanon, the Gemara Meir, divrei kol he. So we're right now says an answer. What Rabbi Yochanan said, everybody agrees. The ones you have a star, you can't go against it. Hi, we know it's machlokes. No, Rabbanon is the one who says what Rabbi Yochanan said. When Meir argues, but Rabbanon, Klapi, and Meir, it's as if it said divrei kol. Good enough, I have an answer. Says the Gemara Vayipcho Tanan. We found an opposite Mishnah. We said the opposite. We say that and if you learn like a Bichan, that you still have to bring a raya against the star. I can't just rely on the star. If you tie the star was a star, but I'm a shchimera, so I can come and take away the koyach of the star. So you say Chacham say that. Something more April. Turn it around. You're right. It's not Chacham. It's Rameir saying that. Chacham hold. Then what you start to call soy and tzachlikayim. So another price I know in the first, so the price we just said already twice in this daf. Clearly, Rabbanon is the one who say that when you start to call soy, tzachlikayim. This is the opposite. April. Turn that around as well. Says the Gemara, right? In other words, that Rabbi Yochanan is the one who said that we are holding, and that's why I have to bring Eidim to bring Moichiach, what I'm saying. So then we're able. Turn that around as well. Rabbi Yochanan is the one who says, once you have Kiyum Shtar, no Detayna. Says the Gemara basically turns around the whole sugya and says, till now we learned that Rabbi Yochanan is the one who's saying that someone who's once you have a star, you still tzorich l'kaima. And now we're saying no. Rabbi Yochanan is the one who says that everybody agrees with the shechkozah and tzorich l'kaima, except some mute Rameir that we don't go against the chachamim. Says the Gemara, leima epuch nami tiyuvto. If you're turning around the whole Gemara, so you have to also turn around the question that Rabbi Yochanan asked the Rish Lakish. Now, what Rabbi Yochanan asked the Rish Lakish? Remember the Gemara in the beginning of the Amud said that Rabbi Yochanan brought a question to Rish Lakish that if I hold Raya Be'edim, I understand what he told the Bnei Mishpacha, what he told the people. Let's go check. They said, let's check the child, let's check the kid that died, see if he's an adult or not an adult. So he says, okay, it's not enough to have no Eidim, so I'm stuck. I can't just rely on the shtar. That's what Rabbi Yochanan asked the Rish Lakish. But if Rabbi Yochanan holds the boy shtar shkosu and tzorich l'kaimoi, so once they have a shtar, there's nothing they can do against it. So what is Rabbi Yochanan asking Rish Lakish? So this is what leipur namit yuf. Doesn't want to look. That's and this will daf kufnei mudav something like this. How can come Rabbi Yochanan Rish Lakish? That's what Rabbi Yochanan told Rish Lakish at the beginning of last time. This should be didam mino rai b'kiyum shtar. Now that we turn it around, so Rabbi Yochanan holds once you have kiyum shtar, when you start shkosu and tzorich l'kaimoi. Hayin de mashkach lo de nachti lekuchois benichosim. Ela di doch to amad rai be'edim. Hayin ich mashkach lo de nachti lekuchois benichosim. Meaning what? The Gemara now points out something else. What was the story again? The story is, according to the understanding of the Gemara in the beginning, who's holding now the nechosim? The kuchos. And they're coming and saying, according to the words of answer before, who's holding on to the chasim? The lekuchas. Come to Bnei Mishpacha and say, give us back to us. They say, who said he was a child? Let's go check the body. Nivul. Don't check in the body. 1 second. How in the first place did the Mishpacha get that the lekuchas go to the chasim? What gave him the power to go in there? The what? The shtar. Was it a shtar or was it Eidim? If it was Eidim, so we had Eidim to rely on. They testified against it. Elamah, they had a shtar. So you see from here that a shtar is strong enough to take a money. I don't have to do more than that. But how do you have, in other words, what gave them the right to go there originally? There was this kid that signed the get, the shtar. Oh, so if you tell me they had Eidim, they brought Eidim, the Eidim were made in basic, so there's no discussion. Elamah, they had a shtar, and the shtar was good enough. So you see the shtar is strong enough. When you start to say yeah, but how did they become Musuk? The one is asking, how did they become Musuk? You want to tell me they stole it?
family saying, they're saying he wasn't worried.
Okay, so the Gemara understands that he went there legitimately. Yeah, the shtar v'koton that they used. That's what we're saying. How can you call them Bishul didi da mino rai v'kim shtar. How the mishkagla the nacht the chusim. They had a shtar. They went to the chusim. And then Toman rai they have to bring eidim. Hey, the mishkagla the nacht the chusim. If they wanted to eidim, there's no discussion. So how did they get in there? Omalei. Omalei moedim lecho be'aru de mishpachot de lav aru. You're right. The aru mishpachot is not tiny. Mike Amro cotton hoyo. What the tiny was a cotton. Chazokay ne'edim choysi on the star and kenas sebegodo. So what said? What? He would be checked when they did the star. Meaning, even if you're old, usually more the star shekos tzorch l'kaimoy, because it could be the star is not perfect. That's regarding other things. Anusim, shchimera. But if it was a godol is no such thing. When you have a bunch of people, right? There's says everybody. The Adim, the Noisen, the Mekabel, the everybody is involved. You check it first. Everybody has to bring the ID. It's not like elections. They give you ID. I mean, the ID and also verification. You check it out. So the Mishlakish, that I agree. The fact that you're bringing a rayo that star is strong enough, I rely on the star. You do rely on the star. Why do I rely on the star? Because there's some things that the star does tell me. That everybody was an adult, that does tell me. The fact that it wasn't a shimera, the fact that maybe it wasn't maybe there were anusim in the case in Ksubis, that I don't have a raya. But the Gabi Gadlas, I do have a raya, and that's the conclusion. So the whole discussion, there's a big cheshbon in the Gemara, but the whole cheshbon, the Gemara changed a little from Amudal to Amud Beis, is what is the shita of Rabbi Yechanan, Alibet Chacham, Alibet Yechasim? Does the old Mordech Shtar Shekasot Tzorch L'Kaimoy? Or Mordech Shtar Shekasot Ein Tzorch L'Kaimoy? In other words, once I have a star, is the star strong enough that you can't go against it? That's the Richa and the Maskana. And according to the Abbot, according to the Abbot Aleph, Richa is the one who says, when the church goes for it, even if I have a star, I can tie it against it. And here you have a big machlekes, the Rashbam and the Toises over here. What do we pass in La'aloch? Do we pass in Mordech Shtar Shekasot Tzorch L'Kaimoy? Mordech Shtar Shekasot Ein Tzorch L'Kaimoy? But this is one of the main sugyas in Shas, the guy Mordech Shtar Shekasot. Say it go.